I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you very much, President. We thank all of today's briefers for their views. We would also like to ask the police commanders from the peacekeeping missions to convey our thanks to all blue helmets for their conscientious service and for fulfilling complicated tasks of peace and security. We pay tribute to their bravery. The importance of police peacekeepers in the UN's modern peacekeeping activity is beyond doubt. They are one of the conduits for peacekeeping efforts, and police play a substantive role in helping national authorities to protect civilians. This happens not only in traditional formats such as patrolling, observation, or fighting against those who violate public order, but also in increasing national potential among law enforcement bodies in the countries where they're deployed, helping with security sector reform. As a result, the host country's abilities to overcome the challenges that they face increase. The efforts of UN police are ever more often required to help in the fight against organized crime, illegal drugs trade, human trafficking, and other threats to security. The police also carry out the function as a link in the chain between the population and peacekeepers, as well as between the population and the governments of host countries. It's important that their efforts help to strengthen citizens' trust in the institutions of power, and that they help establish the preconditions for national reconciliation and lasting peace. In providing this assistance, police, like all UN peacekeepers, should be strictly guided by the mandate handed down by the Security Council. They should comply with the UN Charter and also the basic principles of peacekeeping. The key to effectively fulfilling these tasks is establishing constructive relations with the host country. Here, one should be guided by the principle of national responsibility, fully respecting the sovereignty of the host countries and considering their specific needs. It is important here to take into account the specifics of the country. Attempts to apply a universal approach to reforms in law and order or in rule of law can hardly achieve their objectives and help the citizens of any particular state. To effectively fulfill the tasks that the police face, what's needed is the appropriate equipment and personnel. The missions should improve their planning and management and should avoid unnecessary costs or duplication of effort. Within these processes, it's important that the Secretariat listen closely to the opinions and recommendations of countries that provide police contributing countries. It would be counterproductive to try and promote various kinds of outside initiatives and concepts that are not supported by all member states in the special committee within the General Assembly on Peacekeeping, the C34 committee. Here we think there is a need for a constant dialogue between the Security Council and troop contributing countries and host countries, covering all aspects of the activity of peacekeeping operations, including at the stage when they are planned and when their mandates are drawn up. That said, we don't think it makes sense to allocate to the police functions that are not properly theirs, such as, for example, political or human rights monitoring. This might draw their attention away from fulfilling their specialized jobs and also reduce the effectiveness of their activity. We are convinced in the importance of increasing cooperation with regional organizations, including on UN policing. We think there is a need to broaden UN support or the activity for UN for increasing the work of police and peacekeepers, and that should be improved among regional players, including the African Union, and providing them support in maintaining regional peace and stability. Mr. President, the Russian Federation is a police contributing country and as such continues to increase its contribution to the UN's peacekeeping efforts and to send staff with the corresponding know-how to missions. Since 1992, more than 500 staff from the bodies within the Russian interior have been part of these different missions, and we are pleased that they have demonstrated time and again their high professionalism. We remain committed to strict compliance with the commitments that are taken on during the summits of the heads of police, UN COPs. Russia has, as a result, doubled the number of peacekeepers and police that it sends. Today, Russian police are working in South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Colombia, Kosovo, and in Cyprus. Almost 30% of them are women. The number of women involved in police activity in Russia itself is also constantly increasing. The Certified UN Center for Training Peacekeepers in the Russian Ministry of the Interior is working on a constant and professional level to train police and peacekeepers, many of whom are foreigners and many of whom are women. And also, more than 30 of their specialists speak French. Since 2000, on its base, more than 1,600 Russian officers have been trained and 500 foreign police and peacekeepers, including commanders from more than 50 countries. We should also pay attention to the trained group of women officers to take part in the police components of UN missions. Overall, around 40 women from Russia have gone through the course, as well as from a range of African countries. We are also ready to send experts to participate in the work of the specialized police groups in UN missions. We have an interest in considering the question of the participation of Russian police in the projects of this group, including working together with other countries. Thank you.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for his statement, and I